Hey there, Ddraig back again, and it's time to finish our look on the Mixu Legendary Lords 1 mod pack of the rest of the unlocked factions. This video is the conclusion to the series about this pack. If you want to see the videos I've already created, there's a video in the top right hand corner now. So first up, we have a Dwarf Lord, Azul, and another Lord you can recruit in the campaign. Then we have Daith from Torgovann, a Widow faction, and finally a really cool Beastmen Lord. So let's get going. Karak Azul is in the heart of the Greenskins Yans. North is the Death Pass, to the west is the Eastern Band Yans, to the south we go even deeper into the Greenskin Yans. A really tough starting location, but the main faction of the Dwarves is to the northwest, a couple of regions away. Karak Azul themselves is a well dug in fortress on the site of a mountaintop. Very tough to break down, and is the most southerly dwarf fold to stand against the Greenskins tide. Faction wise, they start off with the Great Gudge, which I'll cover later, and a huge bonus for mines. 100% is a massive increase. Leading them is Kazador Dragonslayer, a very strong combatant, but not shielded, so he's below average for defense for a dwarf. 280 AP on his melee attack, but it comes with a ranged attack as well, which is equally devastating, bringing big reductions in iron breakers and miners, and an ammunition boost for both, making Cazador very handy with a wide range of abilities. Use him to snipe out an enemy or just go toe to toe with an enemy. He has no special abilities, but looking at his starting army, he has some great dwarf units. The cannon, scouts and iron breakers, and hammers covering you with some of the best units you can get at the start. But before we move on, you can also get a chance to unlock another legendary lord during the campaign. Thorek Ironbrow is a legend in Karak Azul, a master runesmith, set in his traditional ways and not this newfangled technology. His combat stats are reasonable, but nothing special, whereas runes are very powerful. Locus of Power, giving even more magic resistance to the dwarves. Master Rune of Dron is a hugely powerful rune, but only works in combat and effective close to him, so you need to get him to the fight. But being a dwarf, I'm sure he can handle himself. He also brings Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin, also Rune of Sorcery, which is a powerful ability to cancel out enemy wizards casting, at the expense of his own power recharge rate. Finally, we have an interesting ability. Thorek is such a powerful rune lord, he has developed a dangerous Rune of Doom, which spawns, yes I said spawns, a group of ancient warriors. With reasonable stats, this unit can do some vital work and provides an interesting niche for the Karak Azul. So first up we have Karak Azul, and as you can see here, this is the start of the campaign, so I've done with all the others. Here's a quick look at it. So we'll start off my start location, and as you can see, east, nothing, but everywhere else there's enemies. So we own 3 provinces, so I'll just quickly show you that. So we own Karak Azul, obviously, Spike Peak and Black Iron Mine right up top here. So all very nice. And to the west we have pretty much every single greenskin faction you can think of. We've got Grimgore there, we got the Runs, is it? Yeah, Mutinous Gits, Crooked Moon, the other way. We have Red Fangs over here, and down here, and down here, and down here, and down here. So yeah, we're surrounded. So this makes it for an interesting starting place for a dwarf faction, because I'm sure you have ever played with dwarves. The usual starting place is up here somewhere. It's up there actually. And then you've got the other location which is up here. And that's what you got. So this makes it you straight into the thick of the action straight away. It's quite why I like this little faction unlocked by Mixu. So here's Cazador's Dragonslayer, and I've just been through this army, so I won't bother going through it again. And yeah, it's a good starting location. Got an army straight away to kill. And tough. It's a tough start. Oh, one more before I forget. You get a grudge right at the start, and this is the grudge. I'll put you on the screen as a chat. So it's obviously basically saying you got to destroy the Red Fang tribe and occupy Cazador or Cazadraz, which is of course Black Crag, which of course Grimgore's hiding at up here. So it's a difficult grudge, but you get a nice reward for it. Was it 1,000? Yeah, 10,000 of course, 10,000 treasury, and overgold plus 60. So it's not a bad reward really, especially early game. It sort of forces you to go and join up with your Daith friends up here, which are out there if memory serves. So yeah, so there's a starting location for Cazador Dragonslayer, and I'll just quickly show you one other thing. The other Yord I talked about, he's right down the bottom here. So you can recruit him straight away if you want, but as you can see, bit of a cash problem. But he's there, ready to be knocked. And what we'll do now is go through both their skill trees. So we'll go through Cazador and Dragonslayer. So I'll recruit him, and then I'll see you in the skill trees. So here we are with Cazador and Dragonslayer, and so this is his starting tree, skill tree. And all the usual down the bottom, all the usual minor ones. I just quickly break over them, but I'm sure you get the drift by now. So all pretty much the usual things. And then across the middle, we got all the army ones. And here we get a bit more interesting. So let's go through these top threes. So Survivorist. So remember, he has a gun, or crossbow even. I think a gun or a crossbow. Can't remember off the top of my head, I have to admit. And we got some great unlocked for him. Increased range, more ammo, always good. Bit faster. Never seen a much point of that for dwarves, because you're never going to rely on their speed ever. Even if they're the fastest dwarf ever, you're not going to rely on their speed. And that's one is that ability. Affects everybody's arrows in range. Very nice. And you got some melee buffs as always. I'll go for that again. There we go. So all the stuff to boost his strength. And the top tree, which is always the most interesting. Or one of the most interesting. So I got the Thunderhorn. So that's a great unique ability. Plus 24% charge bonus, plus 27 melee attack. Very good at the start. 60 meter range, that's very bad range actually. Then we got some nice bonuses for the Ironbreakers and Miners. A particular thing of this action. We've got some nice abilities against Greenskins and Skaven there. Link can basically fighting Greenskins, so whatever is knocked at 10. So by then, because of the way you start, that can be very handy. And I'd focus that straight away actually, because that is a lot of cash. Forges, so a bit more additional trades. Not that useful at the start, but could be by the time you get to level, maybe not even level 10 actually, judging by your location. Then we give the king. Nice campaign buffs. We also got some armour for him. So this just boosts his melee defense, resistance, enemy hero success chance, and the armour of the king. That's a nice buff for himself, just in case he gets into trouble. Hammer of Azul, so that gives him a 32 bonus versus yards, because his melee is only armor piercing at the moment. So I'll put hover over that one here. There it is. Little deeps, which is a standard skill, and all those, I believe, it's pretty much standard. Let's quickly go then. Yeah, that's a standard. So that is Cazador Dragonslayer. Okay, on to Thorek, and as we've seen before, he is a rune Yord, a master rune Yord. So we have all the interesting abilities you use with master stuff. Master rune decrees. I got loads of very nice siege abilities. So you could be using more defensive Yord. Master rune of Fire. Might be worth actually going through these properly, to be fair. It's got some nice interesting abilities. Master rune Yord. So a bit boosts for actual rune Yords. Lightning Strike, King's Guard, Initiator, Yurt, and Unfeared. That's a standard one across pretty much all armies. Then you got the army ones as always. Go quickly hover over them. Nothing that exciting. All the standard stuff. Maybe not exciting, but very handy. So yeah, leadership, and what we got towards the end. Yeah, stand your ground. It's all the usual things. Yeah, three. So quickly go for the ruins. So you got all the usual ruins. That's quite nice. Rune Defense Psychology, Rune of Sorcery, Master Rune of Wrath Ruin, standard, very good. Same. Forge Fire, Strike the Runes, and of course his big ability, which I went through just a few minutes ago. Coming up, Rune of Fire, Rune of Resistance, Rune of Taunting, Rune of the Guardian, and there's Rune of Doom, where he spawns his units. So you get. You don't have it at the start of the campaign, but you will definitely have it halfway, possibly, if you go all the way down the rune tree, which I would definitely do. So, top one of gold. Increased chances of getting magical jobs. Might of Dowey. Very nice. Good old days. Young bears and dwarf warriors. A mainstay of any army. Karak the assistant. That's interesting. Upkeep reducing for rune yards and runesmiths. That's very nice. That is very handy actually. Very handy. And the greatest rune yard, i.e. him. and that's a big increase in research. Nice hero cost as well, action cost as well. That's very powerful. Income of all buildings. So he's definitely towards a maybe stay at home Yord, possibly. Use this to protect your back for a while. It's a possibility. Anyway, Thorek rune armor. So you've got some nice armor, fire resistance and ward saves. And Crad Brak. Brakak we'll go for. Nice ability, adds a bit more melee, and magical axe and sundering. That's very powerful. But would you have him in a full 9? Well, yes, he's a dwarf, so he can hold his own, let's be honest. But definitely have some support around him. And the usual ones, we've got some rat catcher ones, as if we're good against the green skins, Bashans, and Rune of Grimnir. So there's Thorek for you. Next, the Wood Elf faction, Torgovann. To the west of Afayoron, this region is close to the Bretonnian faction of Parvon, a place of the artisans and the craftsmen of the Wood Elves live. Also, where the Vow's Anvil resides, so it has strident ties with the High Elves and the rest of the Wood Elves. Master of this realm is Yord Daith, one of the most celebrated of the Elven smiths. Some think he may be even older than Ariel or Orion, and was one of the first colonists from the High Elves. As most elves, he is strong in combat but lacking armour and health. He also brings an anti-infantry buff of 20 and AP of 260, and can also be swapped for Halberd, giving a massive bonus versus a yard of 35. No range for Daith, which is quite strange for the Wood Elf faction, with upkeep dropped for archers of the Wood Elves, making him very strong in a Wood Elf based army. Daith also brings some abilities that first is a constant buff surrounding him and give nice bonus damage increases. He also has a bombardment spell, which is for himself, bringing down a huge explosion to really put the hurt down on the enemy. His starting army is a Yeet, with Ray Watchers and Wildwood Rangers and a War Dancer unit, giving his army a great base with some high hard hitting units. Okay, let's look at the campaign for Torgovann and Daith here. So, very obviously, you start with the Wood Elves, and you start off with the Oak Rangers. Very nice, because you want to upgrade that to the ridiculous 3 so you can get the Confederation. Yeah, there it is. So, not a biggest fan of the Wood Elf campaign. I love Wood Elves. I love the faction. I love all the works they have done with these. I love all the mods you can get for it, but it's just a bit. It's very much like a Wood Elf faction would be, as in sort of you catered in one area, basically after the ON, but it can be a bit boring. But I've played through it numerous times, and I have to admit I still go back to it, even though it's not the greatest campaign in the world. But anyway, enough of my ramblings. So you start off with the closest to the Bretonnians, well, near the closest Bretonnians, apart from Waterfall Paris. So you got Parvon and Cornell's there, so that's Parvon, obviously. You don't start off with Warhammer, but I don't think they're very happy with you. Memory serves. Actually, have a look. Yeah, not great, let's be honest. And you neutral all the other Wood Elf factions, so it's not too bad. But actually, the Val's Anvil got a couple. They got the Scarlet Forge, so it knocks a starred craftsman Elven counter position. Very nice. Got some wood for a bit of trade at the start. Obviously, you're going to be trading with the various Wood Elf factions, and of course, you've got quite a big. You got a lot of buildings to play with. Even the vanilla buildings, there's a lot to play with here. But still, they need to tweak the campaign a bit, especially when it comes to Amber. Never liked that mechanic, but hey ho. But there's not much to say about the campaign itself, because you're not the ON. You don't know what difference. You just got a different order to play with. So let's move on to his skill tree. So Daith and his skill tree. So all the usual things, all the map stuff, all the campaign stuff at the bottom here. If you want, you can pause the video if you want to have a quick look, but they're all exactly the same as the usual Wood Elf. I don't think there's that much difference. All the usuals. So all the army and all the personal ones. Of course, there's no ranged one for the Daith here. He's all about the melee, so that's something different. So what does he bring special? So he gets Forged with Fury. So nice buff around him. Daith's armor. So armor plus 10 for yours army defense. So really nice. As the armor would have faction been quite low in armor. So I must be able to get up to 80. Yep, you can. Very nice. Impassioned Smith, so a bit frenzy for himself. Frenzy's always good. Giving Legend, oh that's really nice. Minus upkeep, 10% for all your units. Recruiters rank as well. And income from buildings, very nice. Crowdy hours, improve those shots, very nice. Forge my master, and some more weapon damage around himself. Perfect. Yoken armor, nice. So we've got armor, missile resistance, and basically a nice constant regen, and increasing the underway. Inset to the underway. There's his halberd. So it decreases his melee charge bonus and his melee attack, but increases his melee defense and gives you a nice anti-arge buff, as I said in the previous. Speed of Hunter, Reign of Spires, Master of All, so that must be for his Yord, it is. Master of All, very nice construction thing. And Val's Hammer, which is that powerful explosion ability. Oh, it affects city rules and siege equipment. That's interesting, I didn't know it did that. Very interesting. Right, and that is Daith. Finally, we have a Beastmen faction, the Manblight. A tribe starting off in the north of the Empire near the Kiziev Yans, and their starting point is in Ostend. With cheaper costs for Minotaurs, there can only be one Minotaur for the job to lead this faction, and that's the Brass Bow himself, Taurox. The Brass Bow is one of the most feared of all Beastmen. A huge Minotaur in armour and a killing machine. With a massive charge and in combat stats, this is a wrecking ball of unit. And huge armour at 140, making this bow very difficult to stop. 300 AP and 30 anti-infantry bonus. Very few things can stop a Torgovann charge when he gets going. With the F keep on the Minotaurs, but making them all bloodthirsty monsters and prone to go to berserk, making them uncontrollable at times, but that brings tons of fun to the battle. Abilities wise, he brings the Slaughter's Call, boosting anyone near him with leadership, damage and fear, making Taurox a great unit to lead the front line, supported by his brethren of Minotaurs. Naturally a combat monster, but can also be prone to rampaging, so something to keep an eye on him. His army is reasonable with Gors, a handy unit of Centaurs, and of course the Minotaurs. So with a bit more chaff, this is not a bad starting army. And of course you got the big Brass Bull himself leading the charge. So here you are with Taurox and the Manblight tribe. And yeah, I don't no point staying too much time on this particular faction's choice at the start, because it's a Chaos Warband, so it's a warband, so you pretty much go where you want. But one thing of note though, yeah, is you can pre-access the Empire, so you can go from anywhere, go through Midheim, go through Hockland here, Ostend where you start. Got some army there to test your metal right at the start, or go straight to Kiziev. Or, of course, you can ignore all this, go straight to the seas, and go down here, and go off to see the High Elves in Betonia. The choice is yours. So let's just jump straight back to him, and see the Taurox, and we can go straight into the skill tree. So here we have Taurox, the Brass Bull, and we've got the usual campaign things at the bottom here. Lightning Strike, very handy for any Beastman faction. Expected and feared. And you've got all the abilities to boost his herd, and of course boost those Minotaurs, that's what you want. And some great abilities in here, and great bonuses for the Beastmen. And then we've got his obviously his personal ones, and that just makes him into, well, look at that, plus 30 charge bonus to make 100 charge. You're not going to stand in the way of him, are you? Let's be fair. And we've got Derry Onslaught at the end, even more charge bonus. Then you got his own personal abilities, the Brass Bull. Unstoppable Rampages, boost those Minotaur units to charge even more. The Order of the Beasts, nice weapon strength and cheaper upkeep for all the beasts. Merciless Beyond Measure, very nice. Bloody Surprise, income for raising, and the Slaughter Horn. So perfect vigour, hit points to raise 20%. Well, he would be just unstoppable with that. And you got his spiritual weapons to boost his damage even to extreme. Plus 40%, plus 40% on armor piercing damage and weapon damage. Very good. So I know the last few things here, and that I think we can certainly say is a hell of a tree. So, and that is the last bit for this video. So there's all my Edge of the Yords done, of the Edge of the Yords 1. So that's all the videos covered. I'll put the playlist at the end of this video, so you can go and pick any more you've missed. And thanks for watching.